I didn't get a commission until war was declared, and then I became a commissioned second lieutenant. I had already been ready for that assignment because we were observing what was happening to the world, and especially what was happening to the United States. My battle station at that time was near the quarterdeck, and the quarterdeck was only about 4 feet above the surface. So that was where I was. We were sunk about shortly before midnight. I stepped over the side, and then I started swimming away. After the ship was sunk and the battle was over, and the night was dark, I found myself alone in the water. I remember that one of those thoughts I had was nobody in the world, that was only God, knew where I was. No human being knew where I was. We were all in the water, and I swam from there overnight. It'd be somewhere between the islands of Java and Sumatra, I think it was. And the one that I was closer to was Java, and that's where I was, fairly close to Java. And then I decided I wanted to swim to what I thought would be a piece of Australian land, and from which I might have some basis of escaping. And I was exhausted and very weak, and I tried to stand up, and I fell down because I was so weak. It took me about three efforts to get up before I was successful. And then I walked up a slight rise from the water to a part of land, and that's where I stayed for a while until some other people started landing where I had been. After we all got ashore and were headed to the south and to the east to get to the southern coast of Java, we saw another team of what we thought were American soldiers or Allied soldiers, and we waved to them and started walking toward them. They started walking toward us, and in the meantime, to make a long story short, that was a Japanese platoon, and they surrounded us, and that's where we all were captured. There was always a refreshing morale among all of us prisoners. I recall no prisoner of war, American prisoner of war, gave anything to anybody with respect to being disappointed or disheartened. It never disheartened, it never gave up. I don't think there's any country in the world that has as much to offer to an individual as does the country of America. So God would stay with it, guide it, and fight for it when it becomes necessary.